Welcome to week 2 of the NFL and the Amateur Hour podcast. This is take 2 with Dave and Kyle. We lost internet, but we're back. Kyle, congratulations on winning week 1. We're glad to have you on. This is Kyle Acker, big Vikings fan. Tell us what's going on in your life.
Oh man, I'm just sitting here at Mystic Lake Casino, the infamous Mystic Lake, ready to go to a boys' weekend in Austin. Gonna go visit a Longhorns game Saturday. So yeah, pretty excited. A lot of drinking ahead of us here.
What a big week for the Horns last weekend, huh? Beating Alabama on the
Oh
road.
man,
The vibes are
crazy
probably
game.
immaculate in Austin right now.
Yeah, I'm hoping to see some of that. I got my shirt ordered and everything. And on this podcast, I left the shirt at home, so I'm gonna have to grab one in the airport or something.
Oh
But
no. Oh, that's
oh,
devastating. Hey, you can wear it some
that's
other
funny.
time when they're in the college football playoff
Yeah.
this year. Who do they play this weekend?
I think Wyoming or something. I don't know.
Some team that
Somebody
they should just whoop their
they're
ass.
they're gonna roll. Maybe we'll see the Manning kid come out there in the third, fourth quarter.
That'd be
I don't know
sweet.
if his
See a
red
little
shirt or gonna
arch.
yeah, that'd be pretty sweet.
Dave,
Nice.
you're going to a college football game as well?
I'm going to the Nebraska game. Yeah. So we're going to the Nebraska home opener. The 0-2 Cornhuskers take on Northern Illinois. So we'll see. It should be a barn burner.
That's great.
Kyle, great job this week. We had talked about you did the pick 'em last year, but we don't think you got first place. You beat 25 other people to win $100. That is not easy to do. Tell us what your thoughts were going into that Monday night game. You got the Jets and the Bills. Jets are at home.
Yeah, I was doing a little smack talking with Evan too. I got to give a shout out to Evan Kochever, my boy. First time doing his pick 'em, and he gets second place. But I was able to beat him in both fantasy and this pick 'em. So I just got to give him a quick shout out for that.
Yeah, good
But
job, Evan.
I felt a low scoring game even before Rodgers got hurt. And Evan, his first tiebreaker, he just shot for the moon.
You got
Went way
excited.
too high. Yeah, blew his load early. So you know, felt
I
pretty good
feel you,
about
Evan.
that.
I had money on the over, so when I saw Rodgers go down, I knew I was screwed. And I got like a notification. I was at work. I got a notification from like Adam Schefter. He's like, it's raining and storming so hard. There's a shelter in place. And I was like, that's not good for the over. That is not good for the over.
No.
Neither is Josh Allen.
No.
He is also
Josh
not
Allen
good for the
played
over
so
apparently.
bad.
Horrible.
I did not see that about the all the rain before the game, but I did see. Did you guys see that tweet where that guy said, "Great, now Rodgers going to tear his Achilles"? Like I think, and
It's
he
got like
posted it like 2 hours before game time.
10 million views or something.
Yeah,
I'd like to check out this guy's account. Does he just do that before every game, where he's right, one in every 100 tweets?
right. Great idea though. I mean, you should just always whatever the big Monday night or Sunday or Thursday night game is, just tweet, "Great, it's raining. Now we're going to get to watch, Jalen Hurts."
That guy
I don't,
probably predicted DeMar Hamlin incident.
Oof.
I don't think he
Too
Yeah.
soon? Too soon?
too soon.
Oof.
Too soon. Yeah. So, Evan did a great job. Andre came in third, and then Bo and Ryan tied for fourth place and each got $25. So congrats to those guys. I also want to shout out my wife. She did a lot better than I did, and she predicted the score exactly. I told her, I said 38 points. I don't know. That's like a weird. Usually you try to figure if it's divisible by sevens and threes, and I couldn't get there in my simple mind, and then that's the exact score. So
That's
good slate
great.
of games. Kyle, if you want to tell us too, you were at the Vikings game. So if you could talk a little bit about that, what your feelings, thoughts are for that game and the Vikings going forward.
Yeah, dude. My lock for the pick 'em this week, I'm gonna tell you that right now, is the Eagles minus 7.5. I got no faith this Thursday night game. I'm gonna be with some longtime Vikings fans tomorrow night, and we win or lose, we booze. There's gonna be a lot of boozing because that game's gonna hurt. The Eagles, the last two games against the Eagles have both been just kicks to my
Yeah, last
nads.
last year was depressing, wasn't that?
Oh yeah, that hurt. And so that's my pick 'em lock. Go ahead and just hammer those Eagles. I know people are, trying to talk it in. Bradbury's out. Their linebackers are, thin or whatever, but I just Jalen Carter is going to eat us alive. He's going to lock in defensive rookie of the year this game right here with how much he's going to just terrorize me.
Oh,
No, in
boy.
that Buccaneers game, I know the Buccaneers defense was surprisingly good. Kirk Cousins had a good stat line. What happened on the offensive side?
He was balling. Okay, so I mentioned in the first round of this, Ed Ingram. He forced a fumble in the red zone, our offensive guard. And Kirk, what's Kirk supposed to do with that? This guy's pulling, knocks the ball out of his hands. Just, you can't write this stuff. And then we got an offsides in the red zone as they're kicking a field goal that allows them to get a touchdown. Just stupid stuff like that. But Kirk balled out. I mean, he had like 275 yards at half. Dude's doing all he can. Our running game sucks. I don't think Dalvin was the answer, but I don't know if Alexander Scott. He's just slighted off a drop off where it was hard to watch live. 2-3 yards every play. Nothing down the field. Runs hard, but just can't. Kirk can't do it by himself.
Would you make the argument that Ed Ingram is shaving points like Adam Sandler in Longest Yard?
Ed Ingram, I don't think he's a very intelligent man, so I don't even know if he'd know how to do that, to be honest with you.
Oh my God.
He just, I just can't stand him. I would love to put a compilation to send everybody of how many times he stepped on Kirk's foot last year. I bet he had 5 sacks. Our guard had 5 sacks of Kirk Cousins last year.
As like prime TJ Watt. Just racking up
Exactly.
sacks.
Exactly. He's playing on the wrong side of the ball. That is for sure.
Maybe the Vikings need to just flip him over and try him at nose tackle.
I might yell that at Kevin next time I'm at a game. Just give him that idea.
Have you been pretty satisfied with Kevin's performance?
Stop calling him Kevin. You guys are like you were boys with him in college or something.
Oh, I'll tell you what. Last season took years off my life. I never in a million years will another season be like last season for the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, that was a wild ass year. How many close games did you guys have? Like 13?
11 one-point score games in the regular season.
And a lot of them bounced your way, right?
All of them. We won all of them until the Giants game in the playoffs.
And Dan Jones, until Dan Jones came to town.
Well, for the second time, yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Sees that Vikings defense twice, he figures them out the second time there.
Okay, so for your lock of the week, you're going to go with the Eagles. And you would take them at even -8? You take them over?
Oh, my God. Yeah, I'm about as low as I can go right now after watching us lose to Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, that hurts. Dave and I did poorly last week. I had the Vikings, in fact.
What do you mean? I didn't do poorly. I got my lock right.
Oh, you're right. I did poorly. You did good. You were correct. You picked the Jaguars to beat the Colts by at least 4.5 points, and they beat them by 10. I had the Vikings to beat the Buccaneers by 7.5 or more. And I did not think the defense would be that good on the Buccaneers. I thought they lost a lot of their best players, but maybe some guys stepped up. I don't know.
They didn't lose very anybody at all on defense. They just lose Tom Brady, and everybody thinks they're going down the shitter. But Kyle, would you say it's safe to say that John cursed the Vikings?
Man, I don't even know if John has that much power.
That's true.
With you,
yeah.
I might have cursed him here. Now they might, actually pull within a 1 score here for tomorrow's game.
They will. So I'm excited for it. I think that with Kirk Cousins and that passing attack, they have pretty good receivers. TJ Hawkinson, like they can be down a lot and come back. He's not
going to get time. He's going to get 0 time.
That's true.
Did you watch?
The Eagles' defensive line is crazy.
Jalen Carter. They added Jalen Carter, which shouldn't have been allowed. The Rodger Goodell needed to step in there and not allow him to go to the Eagles.
Yeah, the Bears should have drafted him. They screwed that one up.
Yeah. Dude had, I think I saw 7 hurries on the quarterback last week. from the
Damn.
tackle, from the nose guard position.
The Eagles have one of the best defensive lines in the NFL. Unless I bet on them in the Super Bowl, then they have 0 sacks against the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's tough. That is tough.
And then a little off topic, but our fantasy, we both had duds in fantasy as well. Who did you have, David?
I had Van Jefferson. He had 6.4 points, which is good for wide receiver 62 of the week. And John had Damian Pierce, who had 6.7, which is running back 41.
Bad.
Bad.
So they were duds.
Piss poor for performance. Yeah.
Yes. So piss poor all the way around.
So Kyle, I say the guest gets to vote for who is a bigger turd pick of the week. So you say my pick or John's pick was a bigger turd?
Ooh, let's see here. I mean, Van Jefferson, is he still on the Rams?
Yeah.
Honest, I don't even, God. I think I like that pick with Cooper Kupp out. Who the hell knew that? I don't even remember the guy's name who went off for them.
Puka Nakua.
Exactly. Yeah. We had some guy bid $25 out of our 100 in our fantasy league to pick him up off waivers.
Oof. That's a big chunk of change.
That's too much on one week of stardom there.
People love Puka and Tutu. I think those are the two leading guys on the Rams. For some reason, they didn't throw it to Van very much.
Yeah, because I picked him. I cursed him.
That's right.
Yeah, I think the 49ers, they'll come back down to earth a little bit this week against the 49ers.
Do you guys mind? I got some highlights pulled up for people watching on YouTube. I don't know if you guys caught this Garrett Wilson catch. Yes, no?
Yeah,
Maybe
I did.
so.
Yeah.
I jumped out of my chair.
It was an incredible catch.
Hits it and catches it with two hands. Hits it with one hand. Bad pass. Shit pass.
Shit pass. You got to throw that back shoulder.
Dude.
Got to throw a back shoulder. And Garrett Wilson just makes magic happen. Just reaches back, gives him. And Tre'Davious White is one of the best corners in the league, too. So it was great coverage. Like, just nothing you can do.
I also found this is basically the end of the Giants-Dallas game, 4 minutes in. From this point, it was pretty much over.
Yeah, it's great podcasting, but it's basically just a blocked field goal that the Cowboys are returning back.
Yeah, walk us through it, Dave.
Yeah, he's returning it back, and he runs, and he's to the 30, and now the 20, and the 10. Touchdown.
See, I thought you couldn't jump over people. This guy definitely jumps over somebody.
Yeah, you're not supposed to jump over people, I think.
But that's all I'm going to say with that.
That's a little Cowboys bias right there.
He kind of ran through him.
Yeah, he ended up mattering.
He kind of squirted in there, but what do they win? 40-0. There's your boy Dan Jones coming out and getting goose egged by the Cowboys on prime time.
Prime time, baby.
At home. At home.
All right, Dave, we'll have you announce this one. This is the 49ers versus Steelers. Christian McCaffrey.
Okay, the 49ers are on offense, and he drops back and hands it off to McCaffrey. McCaffrey squirts through, spin move. Oh, he's out to the 50, the 40, the 30, the 20. John's Wi-Fi is lagging. Oh, he swerves in and out. Oh, he cuts back, plows through the guy, and dives into the end zone. Touchdown, McCaffrey. Lightning in a bottle, I believe the official call was. Christian McCaffrey. Great play, great run.
Okay, I got one last one for you.
Okay.
Oh, this is sexual.
The back shoulder throw.
People that are listening on podcast, don't say I never did anything for you. Tua drops back. He looks to the right side. He tries to go back shoulder, goes up and over instead to a small Tyreek Hill risky play. But Tyreek Hill makes magic happen, catches it, and the Dolphins take the lead. Great catch. Great coverage by the Chargers. Better catch by Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, that was a good game, too.
Extend those hands, man. That's what, you see the best wide receivers. They just let it come to the breadbasket. They don't give that DB a shot.
Nope.
They just let the hands catch the ball right there in the breadbasket.
Yeah. A lot of highlights that week. What's the scariest team?
I mean, in the NFC, just off the top of my head, it's got to be the Niners. Niners look tough, man. Their defense is always tough. Their offense is gelling. I mean, Brock Purdy with another year of experience, and he knows how to operate in that offense. And I thought the Steelers were going to be pretty solid this year. They had a good preseason. I think their starting offense scored 5 out of 5 drives in the preseason. And the 49ers came out and just kicked them in the teeth. So they have a hot start to the year.
Kyle, who are you afraid of?
Ooh, I like Big Cock Brock from Iowa State. That's my boy right there.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
I still have PTSD from the Eagles. Until the Eagles get beat, I can't see it.
That's fair. That's a great pick.
I think it's going to take some injuries for them. They're going to get old on the offensive line here, and they might have some injuries. They might show a little age. But until they get knocked off the throne, I got to go with them.
Yeah, that's a fair pick. John, what are your thoughts?
So I could look stupid here, and all my picks are wrong anyways. I might as well just say it. But either Joe Burrow was really rusty, or the Browns have a really good defense. And if Deshaun Watson can ever figure it out, so we'll see on Monday night. We get to see the Browns in prime time, which they usually don't perform well against the Steelers. Steelers look like dog shit, but if they can shut down another offense, I think they might start being considered one of the top tier teams in the AFC, and that's a tough division.
Yeah, that Browns Bengals game was my surprise game of the week. I couldn't believe how bad the Bengals looked, and the Browns they didn't look incredible, but they did what they needed to do. They took care of business. The defense did well. The offense scored points when they needed to. So Deshaun Watson is loose. He's got some good massages before the games, and he's loose.
He's loose. He's got good masseuses.
Yeah. Strong
Speaking
hands.
of highlights,
soft
did
hands.
Did you see Myles Garrett do the between the legs crossover right before he burst through the whole line?
Just toying with him at that point. Just toying with him.
Yeah, I love it.
I didn't see that. I'll have to look that up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was just like dribbling, like pretending to dribble a ball right over the center, and he just like crossed and just blew past him.
Oh God!
It was like your boy Ed Ingram was the center on that play.
Ed Ingram.
He said, "Right this way, sir, Mr. Garrett. Right this way."
Yes.
Hey, before I forget, Kyle, do you have a fantasy stud or dud a surprise stud of the week for next week?
Oh God! See, I didn't get a chance to really to dig deep on this because I was driving when you told me you're going to ask me this question.
Well, which Eagles guy is going to shit on you the most on Thursday night?
I think Goddard's due for a bounce back. He's going to just, run away from our. But also, I got Sam Laporta. I'm big on tight ends. I know rookie tight ends, they don't get a lot of love. I think Sam Laporta is going to find the end zone.
You're an Iowa guy.
From Iowa. You know it.
You're an Iowa guy.
I'm going Sam Laporta since he's like not as high of a ranked tight end. I like that pick.
So you're putting Kyle down for Sam Laporta?
I'm putting Kyle down for Sam Laporta.
Yeah, I like that. Dave?
And I got you down for the Eagles -7.5 versus Vikings.
Yeah, we got that.
This week for my fantasy guy, I'm going to go Nico Collins for the Houston Texans. They're playing the Indianapolis Colts. So, I mean, it's going to be probably the battle of turds, the toilet bowl, as some may say. But Nico Collins had 30% of the targets in last week's game. I think he had 11 targets. Ended up with like 6 catches for 80 yards. So a lot of volume. I love, volume out of those kind of guys. So I think he does well this week.
And I'm taking Deandre Swift. Kenneth Gainwell is injured with a rib injury. He's been ruled out. I don't know. Rashad Penny was a healthy scratch, and he's made of glass. Deandre Swift is the next best up. I mean, he was like a second-round pick for the Lions, and he wasn't ever bad. I don't know why that.
I was listening to a podcast. Apparently, just players hate him.
Really?
He's not a good locker room guy. That's what I was hearing. I don't know. This guy loves talking rumors, but I did hear that he just kind of sucks.
Is he kind of like? Would you consider Kyrie Irving a bad locker room guy?
I mean, Kyrie Irving is a space cadet and lives on a different planet.
Dude, but guys like to play with Kyrie Irving.
Right?
Oh, do they?
So the media thinks he's a bad guy, but all his teammates say he's a great teammate.
So he's got the opposite. The public is like, what is wrong with this dude? But the guys who know him, they love him. Total opposite here. Everybody's like, what's wrong with DeAndre Swift? Feed him. The Eagles don't want to feed him. Nobody.
But that's what it is. He doesn't have the love of the team.
No one wants to see him eat.
Okay. Right. They want to see him starve. Starve DeAndre.
Well, that's good. John, sounds like you got a real star this week.
Thank you, Kyle. Thank you for your rebuttal. So we got Kyle's lock of the week. Dave, who are you going with?
Good question. I forgot already. My lock of the week for this week, I'm going to go with the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins really played well last week against a pretty tough Chargers team. So I'm going to go Dolphins -2.5 at New England. On the road at New England is always a tough place to play, but I think the Dolphins can cover that 3 points.
That's
Kyle,
it.
you're shaking your head. You got New England covering the spread
I'm
there?
fading that. I'm fading that
Whoa.
hard.
Oof. Well, since you just won, maybe I'm switching my pick, but
I
that's
think
my lock.
I don't know. Tua does do well against the Patriots. He has good stats against them, but I don't know, man. I've seen the speed of the Patriots defense. They got speed this year. We'll see.
really. Well, Kyle, if you would fade our
But,
picks, you would come out miles ahead, I'm sure. So
Yeah, that's a smart
uh,
strategy, Kyle.
not a bad strategy. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. I just don't think they dropped to 0-2, and they're 2.5 point favorites against the
I would fade that one hard.
Jaguars.
I like the Jags. I thought about picking the Jags as my lock of the week.
revenge game from last year's playoffs.
Yeah, and it's regular season. Chiefs don't give a shit. Like, let's be honest. They're gonna probably win the AFC West. Like, it's a regular season game. They don't really care. It's at Jacksonville, I think, right?
Yes.
I think the Jags are at home. The Jags look pretty clean in the first week. They look pretty solid. A lot
Put
of
me in.
playmakers.
Lock me in. I don't care. Lock me in.
He's got that Andy Reid rest advantage statistics all
Lock me
lined up
in.
for himself here.
He's got an extra 2 days to prepare, dude. Lock me in. Let's ride.
Undefeated.
Nothing is worse than when we both say our locks and just everybody shits all over your lock.
Oh, it's a
Hey,
hard business
Can we talk about Jordan Love?
Yeah, sure.
without me.
No, come on. I mean, he
Go
wasn't
ahead.
bad.
Talk about Jordan Love. Go ahead.
He wasn't bad.
I didn't see it. I was at the Vikings game. I didn't get to watch him.
Yeah.
So go ahead against the Bears junior high defense.
JV, junior varsity.
Are you going to talk about Jordan Love, or are you just going to sit
Okay,
there and look at us?
I thought he had some misses, but I think that he looked really poised in the pocket. He didn't get
Well, yeah,
rattled.
no shit, because there was no pocket collapsing all game long. He sat there and just fucking had all the time in the world to look all across the field because the Bears have the worst defensive line I've ever seen in my life.
Dog, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just saying I was really concerned the Bears were going to curb stomp him. I was seriously concerned that they were going to be absolute dog shit and couldn't even hang. So I'm just happy to see that they can compete with teams.
Nothing just tickles me like seeing a happy Packers fan, dude. So that's great.
Well, tell us about. I will say Justin Fields is an elusive motherfucker.
Dude, they can't protect his ass to save anything, and they have the worst. Luke Getsy needs to be fired, hung, and sent out to the middle of the ocean because that dude is a terrible play caller. He's screwing Justin Fields and going to ruin his career by just having these stupid ass screens. It's like I was watching, like, if you rewinded 8 years in Bears history and watching the past 8 years in one game, screen after screen after screen, short pass, short pass, short pass. We couldn't advance the ball at all. I think you got to throw the ball down the field. Like Josh Allen, he threw a lot of picks, but one thing I loved about Josh Allen's approach is you got to keep firing. Like, just keep firing it downfield. He slung those balls. One of them he threw like 40 yards, 50 yards down the field, and they got picked. Who cares? This is as good as a punt, right? It's the same as a punt. It's like, it's even better than a punt because the idiot defensive back caught it at the 2-yard line. Like, just sling that thing down there. And worst case scenario, it's a pick. Like, it's 50-50 ball. You got Claypool, DJ Moore, Mooney. Throw it up there and see what happens.
Claypool, have you seen this stuff?
Yeah, Claypool's ass, but the one thing he could do is get a jump ball.
That might motivate him a little bit.
But the running backs didn't look bad, right? Roshan, I think, had a touchdown.
Yeah, sure. Our third string running back really excelled in the fucking Packers game. That just makes you just feel great going into the rest of the season. Your third string running back showing some promise.
Yeah.
Herbert did nothing. Dante Foreman did nothing. Cole Kmet, useless. Offensive line, worst I've ever seen. Justin Fields crumbled under pressure. That one pick that he threw was horrendous. I could not believe he threw that just directly at
Quay
who
Walker.
was that? Yeah, Quay Walker. I was disgusted by that one.
And then they let him run all the way back into the end zone.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
I'm sorry, but new week, new Bears, dude.
Yeah, they're probably going to lose to the Buccaneers that just beat the Vikings. Like, the Buccaneers are looking decent. They look good on defense. We're not going to be able to move the ball against them either. And then we're going to get our ass whooped by the Chiefs and in Kansas City. And then they play Denver, and I'm probably going to go to that game, and they're probably going to get their ass whooped by Denver. So we're looking at 0-4 to start. Doomed.
Oh no! Can you see me?